You get both of us today.
I've been all around the world.
On Main Street, USA.
Every city, every place.
Lakeland and I'm telling Mr. Mouse Diva this because this occurred to me when Lakeland and I were driving home a little while ago.
Let me preface all of this by saying I've been told we're going to have a discussion.
Yes.
Now, I have properly prepared myself for this discussion by understanding that I've already lost before we've even started here.
It's not like that.
Because when you get to the point in a marriage of when she says we're going to have a discussion, that means you've already screwed up.
It has nothing to do with you or me.
Oh, okay, well let's go.
Like, he walked in the door
We'll use that at a
literally
different time.
like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, come on, you're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a discussion, and we're gonna vlog it. And then I set up the camera, and he's here, so he knows nothing.
And how would the rest of you in
gonna have a
vlogging
discussion.
land feel if your spouse said that the moment you walked through the door?
Totally irrelevant. So what's funny is you know what this discussion's about because of the thumbnail. He still knows nothing about this discussion. So Lakeland and I were coming home, and all of a sudden, I don't know how it got brought up, but Endgame, Avengers Endgame got brought up. And I'm like, you realize, Lakeland, what they've basically done in Endgame? And he's like, okay, what? And I'm like, well, so there's already discussion about Harley, the boy from the funeral scene, possibly, you know, in the future becoming Iron Man. Well, basically, I get to thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, Endgame kind of sets up the whole new generation of Avengers.
Kind of?
Because
That's what it's there for.
because, you know, all the old guys are gone, and Captain, you know, America's actually an old guy. And that was kind of a pun, but anyway, I'll work on my puns. So so they're basically setting it up because Harley could be a new Iron Man, but then you've got Iron Man's daughter. Did you think of her?
I don't do what she does in movies. I don't analyze them. I don't think about it.
So
I sit back. I enjoy them.
So in the future, you know, because in the, you know, the movie, Morgan's young, but in the future, you know, he could have been prepping her, you know, kind of like a whole take the place of Iron Man. Kind of like Hawkeye did with his daughter. I mean, he was prepping her. He's training her. He's calling her Hawkeye. So, and you know, Spider-Man, he's already young, so he's already kind of the younger generation. So you're kind of bringing up, you know, these new Avengers for the future.
I mean, like, daughter is just like wearing a mask. It's like wifey is like got the whole thing going on.
Well, true, but we're just kind of narrowing this discussion down to bringing up future Avengers. Okay. So then Lakeland and I are talking.
Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
Well, this will be posted maybe another week or so. Most people have definitely already seen it. And if they haven't seen it, they've already heard spoilers by now. Heard or saw spoilers by now. Okay, so then, you know, Lakeland and I are talking. I'm like, you know what, Lakeland? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for your mind to be blown? Because right there in my big old vehicle, I got this thought. And I'm like, how do we not know that Captain America didn't have a child? They could bring another child in. He, you know, hooked up with Peggy. They were together a whole lifetime. How do we know there's not children out there?
That just hit you?
Yes, that just hit me. I don't think about Avengers all day, every day. You didn't think about that.
When I first saw the movie, it's like I said, it's like...
Okay, but I know you haven't thought of this. Because even Lakeland was like, whoa, I'm impressed, Mom.
Okay.
So-
We will give her credit when credit is due.
So, not at that, he wasn't impressed with what I said, although he was like, oh yeah, but what I'm getting ready to tell you is what he was impressed by. Wait, are you ready for it? So imagine this.
Imagine this.
Captain America
Yes.
has at least one child.
Yes.
Okay. So for a future movie, this one child either like just finds out that Captain America had passed that shield on, or the child knew all along that Captain America had passed his shield on. And what if this child is jealous or gets full of rage and he comes after the Falcon for what's rightfully theirs, or his, or hers? What they feel is rightfully theirs. Like Captain America's child becomes a villain because that child did not inherit Captain America's shield. Because when he handed that shield over, Captain America was already an old man, so that child already existed. Why didn't Captain America hand the shield over? Mind blown, huh?
Or...
No, stop. Stop with that. What do you think of this sudden view into the future of where I make Captain America's child a villain because they feel slighted? What do you think about that? Are you impressed that I came up with that?
I'm impressed you came up with it. However, I don't think Marvel would do it.
Why
And
not?
here's why.
Okay.
Because Captain America and Peggy or Priscilla...
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter. You know, they're like the two most all-American parents. And... pardon that pun. And I just can't see them taking a child brought up in that kind of environment and twisting them. Now,
That is exactly why Marvel should do it, because nobody would see it coming. Although, you would see it coming because you've heard it here.
where it should come from is Bucky's child.
That's too obvious. That is way too obvious.
But that can at least propel it into the future. Whereas yours is like too in the present. He'd still be around. They'd have to off him.
I just wanted some credit.
It's an interesting
Hi, Lakeland.
perspective on things.
I was replaced by a trash can.
So, Lakeland was, I don't know if you heard that, but he just walked in and he says, I was replaced by a trash can. So, Lakeland just walked in. I had told him that I needed him, because this is supposed to be a really quick vlog, that I just wanted him
Obviously.
to hold up the camera, film us, so that I wouldn't have to set up the tripod and all that. But we had the trash can, which has a lid on it, was sitting by the chair because Tom was doing something and never put the trash can back in the kitchen last night. And it was sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh, that's an awesome, just the right height tripod. So, like I said, I've been replaced by you've been replaced by a trash can.
See how it is.
If you see future vlogs with this approximate same angle on my wife,
It's my new tripod because it's a lot simpler.
She's on the kitchen trash can.
Yep.
So my apologies to all of you out there. You are our friends. We care about you. But
So Tom thinks that it's Bucky's child that should be a villain. Captain America's best friend.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I don't know. Like he doesn't have a kid.
neither does Captain America.
Yeah, but Captain America is like 1,000,000 years old now.
1,000,000 years old, so he could have a kid, huh?
Have a kid, and you'd be like,
Yeah, I think.
But we're talking in the future for all of them, even Bucky.
Even if so, that way it still would take too long. They wouldn't do that.
Like
now, Captain America's kid could be like
already. Oh, exactly. Yeah. So Lakeland says, in case you can't hear, that Bucky's child would not be old enough because it hasn't happened. Like, yeah.
Because there's no Mrs. Bucky yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That we know of.
So, okay. Well, I just wanted to share my incredible new storyline that Marvel could take.
And you know, to her credit here, the way that movie's set up, there are a number of very obvious storylines coming out of it. She's definitely picked one that's a little less obvious. But it's a good demonstration of just how much is potentially available out there. I mean, shoot, Star Wars just
said
they're going to have 3 more episodes.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking, as soon as you say, well, they can't take Peggy Carter's and Captain America's kid and make him a villain. I'm like, well, it's in my head. I'm like, well, they took Han's and Leia's. But then you were talking about raised in that environment. So it would have been a different environment for Ben. Which, let me tell you, one day I said something about Ben, and Tom's like, who's Ben? And I'm like, Kylo Ren is Ben. That's his real... He didn't know, and he's the Star Wars fan.
Let's talk
Kudos
about
again to me.
Han Solo, Captain America. One is a smuggler who deals with people like Jabba the Hutt.
Gave you credit and said 2 totally different environments when they were raised.
And okay.
Did I not just say that, Lakeland?
But so 2 totally different environments. So Han's son has a better chance at becoming like psycho weirdo with the red
lightsaber. What is this? Are you like what? This is like sword fighting, like not sword fighting. When you wear the mask.
Jousting.
No, not jousting. When you wear the fencing thing. Fencing.
Yeah, not
this is fencing.
Not sword fighting, fencing.
Fencing. That's what you were doing. Okay, that's it. Just wanted to be a quick vlog.
Just nobody appreciate my sarcasm.
Just wanted to tell Mr. Mouse Diva this epiphany that I had in the vehicle all of a sudden coming home. That's it. So comment below. Be nice. I haven't, don't like totally meanly disc my idea. I haven't had time to think this out. Kind of like he said, Marvel would never do that. Well, I didn't think about anything like that. I'm just telling you what popped in my head. The what if Captain America's child became the bad guy.
The simple fact that my wife is that into Marvel movies,
There you go.
You gotta take it where you can get it. That's pretty cool.
There you have it. So comment below your thoughts on my epiphany and any ideas that have came to your mind about the future of
and
Marvel.
Sorry about you being replaced by the trash can, Lakeland.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place, always been a restless girl, but now there's a